In the moments after the tabletop that shook the world, Jin fell and brought an end to the big war. Or what would be renamed to, much to Inian's dismay, the Ban War. Unified under the cause of peace through violence, the clans in the Ban discarded their former affiliations and simply became Onorhants. Though Marcus still insisted on calling the members of Marcus Valafi's conga line for peace, adding an additional appendage and stability. As the seal returned to the earth, so too did the inky storm that hung over the city. The great reign of spirit folk came to an end, and so too did Jinkala's longest night. In the shadowy, dank depths of the Gold Clan, Morin stares up at a great mural depicting Tao the Digger. Braced against his shoulder is a familiar weapon, the sparkle axe of friendly foraging. Poster flying in the non-existent breeze. However, the sparkle and glitter has faded from it somewhat slightly.
It's a metaphor!
Morin's ears perk up as a great jingling, clattering noise fills the clan hall. He turns around, whirling his great dosh drape around him. Great, you guys done raiding the vaults of Old Man Dao? Morin steps forward. The Gold Clan guards, or former Gold Clan guards, stand and salute him. Yes, Guildmaster, sir! Good, now let's get a move on. We got a place to be. Morin Murad strides past, the new Kingpin Extraordinaire of the Gold Guild. After the fall and resealing of Jin, it was soon after that the government of Jinkala completely collapsed. Marcus, of course, made efforts to smoothly integrate the ban and the clan system into some sort of a mishmash that would rule the country, but the whole thing popped like an imp stuffed with too much blood.
Oh, that's just unpleasant imagery.
Refer to Figure 2.
No, don't refer to Figure 2!
All the citizens of Onorhant were considered equal before the greater law. Human spirits and those in between. All citizens of this great nation. What came about was the rise of a new guild system. Anyone with enough truth could craft their own guild, creating many, many guilds for many, many truths. They were all coincidentally centered around Morin Murad's Gold Guild, the one with actual money. Thog's only commentary on his friend's sudden rise to power was, fuck, this is just like Onorhant now. Good job, ass. Eagerly, the Onorhants rose to new political status. A new age was sure to follow, for good or for ill. But there was still one duty that had to be performed. One last job, an attempt to address the cause of all this conflict in the first place. Morin and his party land on the Stone of Chiron, stepping onto the shore with purpose and/or vigor. They stride into the crossroads, perfectly on time for their appointment.
Hey there, Morin. Congratulations on being made very special Emperor from on high of the greater Jinkala area.
And you have to use that name, or else Marcus Valafi's conga line will pull support. Yeah, I hate to break it to you, I'm not actually using that name.
Really? Like, we're going to pull support if you don't use the name. How about this? You can have it as an italicized title underneath your official name.
I guess I could roll with that. Okay, sure, Marcus.
Great.
And I really appreciate you letting me be your champion.
Yeah, I mean, our guild didn't really have need of a champion, so it was pretty much a free position to offer up, but you're welcome, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you would have lost support otherwise.
How many championships do you have now, Gregor?
Well, I guess since the clans are gone, I've only got the guild ones. So the Gold Guild, the Dirt Guild, the Horse Guild, the Horse Riders Guild.
That's really good for you. I see you've been talking to all the guilds.
You know what? Can we have those clan championships grandfathered in too? Is this part of our terms?
I mean, the clans kind of collapsed.
Oh, yeah, sure, but, we can just, grandfather them in.
Legacy champions.
There you go. Gregor knows what's up.
Guys, I'm sure you could take that title for yourself. Just start calling yourself Legacy Champions. Honestly, this is like, we're in a period of great turmoil in this country's history, so we could write in whatever the fuck we want.
Good point.
You can't just say you're a champion. You have to be a champion of something.
No, absolutely. I'm replacing a lot of history with lies.
Inian, I have mixed feelings about that, but I really have to admire your candor.
You can't just lie about things. That might make them true.
Gregor, that was really poignant.
I'm the champion of the Philosophy Guild.
Inian scratches the back of her head. Really, I should have stopped, Colvin. From behind Morin walks up yet another guild leader. She looks around very tired. Coat fluttering around her, Island stands before you, the new president of the fucking off and taking the afternoon to yourself, guild.
My leisureliness, I say, bounding.
Once again, I'd like to thank you for making me the champion of your guild. My afternoon has been very productive.
That directly goes against the guild's tenets, but champion isn't an official position, so she kind of shrugs.
Inian, please write down that champion is an official position.
Okay, Gregor, really? Seriously? So I assume everything is ready on your end. Yeah, actually, Ash is currently just rallying the troops, or getting them mad, whatever Ash does.
Oh, she's great at both of them. Hopefully she can do both at once.
Yeah, I have no doubt she can accomplish exactly one of those things. She spins the pen in her hand. So, how are things coming along on the guild's end? They're going pretty okay. We're just waiting on one more. And on cue, something darts out of the trees.
Oh, it's you.
At his side, a gigantic sack cringles. The Shadow Guild is ready with everything it needs.
Ah, really? The Shadow Guild?
Oh, the
Hello,
Shadow
my Dark
Guild,
Lord.
really? It's such a bad name.
It's not great. I mean, I'm not one to talk. I love shadows.
And again, thank you for making me the champion of the Shadow Guild.
Yeah, of course, Gregor. You're honestly one of the only guild members I have, so of course you'd be the champion.
I thought it would be because we're friends and my combat prowess, but that's good too.
Sorry, the Shadow Guild doesn't operate by the spoils system. Position is determined by skill first and foremost. I mean, I guess he's got good ethics.
Yeah, guess so.
So, yeah, with that, I think we're ready to go. Aren't you forgetting about somebody, girl? Ballast Mickey rolls out of the other tree.
Oh, what the hell are you doing here, Spurs?
That's right, it's Ballast McGee, Lord of Letters of the Writers Guild.
Wait, what? Wait, there was a Writers Guild and you let him become the leader of it?
It's a self-application
Descend
process.
on Morin. Are you...
It's Marcus. It's a self-application process. I can tell you at least that the Gold Guild is not directly funding him.
Marcus has pulled a sheaf of paper out from his bag and is rapidly writing on it. Morin, here is my application for the legitimate Writers Guild, I say, looking over at Ballast McGee. I'd like you to approve it as soon as possible.
You know, I think something is missing from your legitimate Writers Guild.
You could be my champion, too.
Gregor, don't listen to him, Gregor.
He's approached me before, don't worry.
I'm glad that I can count on you, old friend.
Yeah, I mean, I could approve your application for the short time you're staying here, but you kind of need a permanent
bureaucratized by mail or something?
I'm afraid not.
Crap.
You've got other places to be, right?
Yeah. We've been here long enough. How about you approve the application and then just suspend the guild until I get back?
Honestly, this isn't like an application thing. When you make a guild, you just kind of declare yourself the new guild leader. It's very Onorhant.
Oh, Well, I guess I'll just make the guild for now and then make it again when I get back.
Guild of Champions!
How do you think my application was approved, girl?
That's a really good point. You know what? I'm losing faith in the guild system awfully swiftly.
Marcus stares pointedly at Ballast McGee, who flashes him a finger gun.
But that's not my place, so I'm going to, I just won't criticize that anymore. I glare at Ballast McGee.
Can I be in the Guild of Guilds Decommissioning?
Right, that goes against the system, buddy. Morin puts a hand on your shoulder. Don't worry about it. These things, he looks over at Ballast McGee, have a habit of dealing with themselves. With all my guild funds, I purchased a new summer home in some place called the Shrouded Isles.
No! Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Government write-offs, girl.
Oh, nowhere is safe. Marcus's head droops.
I don't know about you, Gregor, but I love this. This is great.
I guess we won't be here long. We can establish our own feudal system.
Wow.
Let's hope it's not a feudal system.
Yeah, let's seriously hope it's not a feudal system, Gregor. What the fuck?
Aren't you having a feud with Ballast McGee?
Indian face palms and
effective.
hunches over.
But yes, Ballast McGee and I do have a feudal system going.
I hate you both. I hate you both so much. Yeah, let's just go. After you, please, Sir, Lord Kingpin, whatever of the Gold Guild. I'm shocked you remembered my official title. Morin nods and wanders forward.
Don't forget your unofficial tagline.
And your official champion.
Meanwhile, at the tippy top of the Stone of Chiron, someone gives a rousing speech.
Okay, so I just want to go over this one more time. Do not kill Jin. It's gonna be real hard, especially once he starts getting his stupid mouth going. But
Question.
seriously, what? Yes, Colvin?
Yes, okay. I want to know your exact definition of kill.
That's difficult, especially considering he's a
No,
spirit.
you just dash, please go on.
Right. Almost got caught up in Colvin. Thank you, Q. Anyway, it's gonna be real hard to not kill Jin. He is extremely powerful and extremely annoying.
Hooray! Fury claps for you.
Unfortunately, I'm confused by Fury's applause. We unfortunately need him alive and cooperating with us for this plan to work. We're only here as a deterrent of sorts. So just focus on detaining him, I think is the word, right?
I think, Ash, I think the term you're looking for is a hostile negotiation.
Right. This is going to be a hostile negotiation. Thank you, Thog. We're going to try and talk Jin into helping us. There's a chance he's going to try and fuck us over, and you're all here just to make sure he doesn't do that. One important thing. Don't touch him. Except for Colvin.
Hooray! Fury claps for Colvin.
Colvin is so far the only one who has been proven to, be able to hit Jin really hard. And he's super good at it. And Colvin, if you'd like, could you please step up to the front and demonstrate how to make a fist? I have some last minute preparation I need to do.
I'm allowed back into the question zone again.
No, here. I shift Colvin back up to the front.
Okay.
And everyone, if you'll pay attention to Colvin, I shuffle through the crowd.
Okay, so we're going to start with how to make a punch. But before you can make a punch, you need to understand a little bit behind the history of punching. It all begins with the game called Mahjong. Now, we're going to be playing Onorhant Mahjong today. You can't be playing Karavian Mahjong. Those have different tiles.
Oh, God, I hate giving speeches.
I thought that was a pretty good one.
Thanks, I guess.
You fucked it up by passing the buck to that guy, but still.
I just wanted somebody to take over for me, and you can always count on Colvin to be able to talk forever.
Yeah, that's the problem. Actually, I thought it was a good speech, and Colvin's giving an even better one.
Yeah, I'm frankly not paying attention. When are Marcus and Gregor and them supposed to get here?
Just then, you hear a call from down the pathway. So then that's what I tell him? I have dual citizenship! I'm technically a double ambassador! Your puny mortal laws can't touch me!
Oh, Vern, you are a card, a bony card.
And that's why the international Justicars are still after me to this day.
Is that like figurative or?
Well, judging by that bony voice, I'd say they've just gotten here. Here, I'm gonna duck out really quick and say, hey, make sure Colvin doesn't get too off track.
Now, if we're playing an Orient Mahjong, you will be playing with a set of tiles called styles. Styles are small scrolls that resemble tiles. Do not get this confused with the style of play. That is something entirely different.
I shoulder out of the crowd and approach Morin.
Oh, hey there, Ash. Things going good on your end?
I mean, good as they can go. Everybody's understandably pretty nervous, myself included. But yeah.
You know what the cure for nerves is?
Getting rid of them?
Yeah!
Smart one. Good job, Ash.
You called it, actually. That's a very... Yes, she's quick on the uptake, isn't she?
She is. She really is.
I mean, when your answer to everything is just skeletons, it's not super hard to figure out what you're gonna say, you know.
That's not the answer to everything,
Ash,
Ash.
that
That's
is rude. Come on, Vern has a wide plethora of things. Oh, sorry, I couldn't finish that. No, he's a little skeleton obsessed. Yes.
Yeah, I point at Vern, and no funny business.
Indian leans into Vern a bit. You know, she's pointing at you, but I feel like amidst this crowd, she's really singling you out. I understand. I have twice the number of funny bones. Indian leans back. Yeah, okay, that's fair. You're fair to discriminate.
You know, the best part is he did that just for the joke. There's no actual use to them.
I take a moment and breathe deeply, shrugging off Vern. Anyway, Morin, is everything set on your end? You've got the stuff to do the thing?
Yeah, he snaps his fingers. Zelveta runs up with the cringling sack.
I frown at Zelveta.
He frowns back at you. He reaches out his arm, holding the sack to you.
I take the sack.
You don't have to sigh literally every time you see me. I got the gist the first time.
Just want to make sure you remember, you know? Well, I heft the sack. I guess with these, we're ready to start, aren't we?
More or less. Is everybody ready?
I think so. Anybody have any last words?
And with that, you'll know you're throwing a punch.
What's he talking about?
I
Sounds
just
like
wave.
Colvin stuff.
Oh, it sounds like he's talking about Anorian Mahjong. Do you know
No,
it's
actually,
different than Karavian Mahjong?
He's talking about... I just turn around and start walking away.
You know, I actually didn't.
I've never played. Is it fun?
Oh, unbelievably. Well, you see, there's a difference between Anorian Mahjong and Karavian Mahjong.
Yeah, you just said.
Idian goes on at length.
I look back at Marcus, Gregor, and Inian, kind of nod my head towards the building. Come on, guys. Let's get this done.
I shuffle through the crowd to follow Ash.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Oh, that's Golem. Hey, Dan. She wanders up to the front.
Do you have to do that every time you see him?
Yes!
Don't let her get to you, Thog.
Hey, it's a cool nickname.
All right. I turn to address the crowd one last time. All right, everybody, get ready. This could go all Irani at any second.
Wow!
Any second.
Whatever. Just, you know what I mean. I push the door open and step into the musty building.
Most of the walls have been blown off this shack due to Gregor's fight with Narn.
You know, it really says something about the structural stability of this building
Yeah,
if the
I was
roof is
gonna
still
say,
standing.
it's such a shame. This is such good wood, too.
Yeah.
Oh, shut
Maybe we
the
can reclaim it at some
fuck
point.
up.
Sacrifices had to be made.
Yeah, that's
You
understandable.
people need to stop. Really? Really, you're gonna do this now? At the end of all things, you're gonna do this now?
What? Good wood
I
is
mean, we
good
might not
wood.
have
we doing?
No, it
We
isn't.
might not have another chance, Inian.
Anyway, I step around the seal towards the table at the far end of the room, setting the sack down upon it. Marcus, would you do the honors?
I suppose so. I reach into the sack and pull out one of Kirlos's bolts.
After a few days of extensive modification, Kirlos's arrow looks almost completely different. While initially it was meant to pull out a particular spirit from the seal, let it rampage around for a split second, this temporary bail, as Kirlos called it, has been modified to be a full-out escape route for exactly one spirit from the seal.
I nod to Marcus as I see him retrieve the bolt from the sack. I step towards the seal and ready myself for the coming confrontation.
Are we going? Are you done with your magic stuff?
I mean,
Gregor,
I'll never
Gregor.
truly be done with my magic stuff.
Gregor was pulling a bolt out of a sack. It's not that magical.
Oh, so you haven't started yet.
Okay, I get the message. Here we go. I step forward and jam the bolt into the center of the seal, creating a whirling portal in its place. I take a step back and immediately conjure up an eldritch blast with a seed of iconoclasm at its center, holding it at the ready.
Gregor takes a low stance and readies his makeshift glaive. It wobbles powerfully.
Inian stares off into the middle distance.
I look from Marcus to Gregor to Inian and glare at her as she's not ready yet. I draw my blade and give her a what the fuck gesture.
The rest of Marcus Valafi's conga line for peace readies themselves. Inian puts her hands in her pockets and slumps forward slightly.
You're just the worst.
Ash, I'm sorry if I don't have a badass spellcasting pose.
Well, come on, you could at least fake it so we feel more confident.
Nope.
Yeah, fake it, Inian.
Do you want me to teach you some stances?
For the record, Inian looks over at Marcus. He doesn't have to do that to cast spells.
What?
Of course I don't.
My ready pose falters a bit as I look over to Marcus.
The portal flares open! Below the surface of the earth, Jin feels the world twisting around him. A peaceful current, almost like being caught beneath the tides of the ocean. Except, instead of peaceful, eddying, flowing water, it's screaming spirits and nightmares. But yeah, his eyes open as a light begins to grow in his eyes, his form being pulled from the seal itself by some sort of Onorhant magic. What bound him there falls away as he re-enters the mortal plane, touching down immediately in front of you in the seal. He casts his gaze around, looking at all of you.
My shoulders tense, my blade is ready, fingers crackle with green lightning.
There's a moment of silence as everyone prepares to strike, questionably. A few of them don't, I'm gonna be honest. Ballast McGee is not ready to strike. A sudden slight smirk streaks its way across Jin's face. Oh, literally everyone, I didn't see you there.
No! I point at Jin with my blade. You do not get to use that anymore. That is mine now.
Yeah, it's her thing now.
I mean, unless you want to keep using it and remember every time what I did to you. What we did to you. Sorry.
We did to you, thank you, yes.
Dick move, Ash, real dick move.
Look, I got caught up in the moment, all right? You'll happily remind me of what happened every time.
I certainly hope you're proud of yourselves. It was quite an impressive move, some sort of organized shove over a lowered form.
It's called a tabletop. You know it's called a tabletop.
It's called tabletopping, Jin.
Everybody knows that.
We straight tabletopped you.
Ash, please don't try to use the modern vernacular.
Shut up.
It just doesn't suit you.
Fine. Anyway, we didn't rip you out of that darkness just to well,
yes.
I did kind of just want to gloat, but we're here for other things
There
too.
were other reasons too. Very important reasons.
I would do the same. I would pull me out just to gloat as well. I assume you have some sort of greater plan. He looks around at everybody here.
In that case, you got super tabletopped.
Yeah. I reach over for a high five.
I high five Marcus.
I reach over to Gregor to pass the
Sucks
high
to
five
be
along.
you.
Yeah. I high five him limply. I mean, there could have been better ways to finish it. I don't know if I want that to be the champion's legacy. I mean, there's a table right over there.
Honestly, Gregor, I'm kind of there with you. Seeing Ash this enthusiastic about tabletopping is frankly freaking me.
Oh, come on. It was a great finish.
It is
That was a great finish, especially considering how full of himself Jin is. You got chumped.
Ash, you used to be on my team. Team tabletopping is stupid.
Well, look, just because you weren't there to experience the tabletop, I can understand you not liking it. But one day we'll get you on our side.
One day. It'll happen.
Anyway, Jin.
Seeing Marcus and Ash get along this well is freaking me out, Gregor.
Yeah, it's been a while since they had that sort of thing going on. You think I could get in on it? Hey, Ash, you're doing great.
Thanks, Gregor. You too.
I sincerely hope you didn't bring me out just to gloat at me.
I really want to say that's what we did, but...
Furthermore, if you're going to try to, perform some sort of all-Irani hostile negotiation, he casts his gaze around, you don't want to mix fodder in with the crowd.
I motion over to Thog to put his gun away.
Colvin, could you step up for a second?
Yep, can do. Oh boy, it's this one again. Jin looked like he had the situation well in hand until he saw Colvin. He looks genuinely upset.
So anyway, Jin, we have a proposal. Still pointing my blade at Jin, I kind of sidle over to Marcus.
Keep it together, Ash. Don't panic. You've got this. You rehearsed.
That sounds... that's embarrassing.
You can do it.
Anyway, the proposal is... You threw me off! I stare at Fury.
She points to herself. Me? She kind of looks behind herself.
Remember, we ran through this. He'll probably use the same lines that I used.
Gregor, I sincerely don't believe he'll go, This time you will be the table, and I will be the toppling you over.
Anyway, Jin,
You don't know that.
we have a proposition. We want you to work with us on something important.
To work with all of Jinkala, all of Onorhant, even.
Yes.
With Horavan and Zeke specifically.
Oh, Horvin's still here. You didn't kill him.
Why would I kill
Gods
Horavan?
now.
Oh, I was actually rather surprised. I thought you got to the top of the tower after murdering everybody below. Color me a little impressed at your pacifism.
Great. Thanks for the compliment, I guess.
It was extremely backhanded, I assure you.
Yeah, Jin, your compliments are nothing compared to Inian's.
They both simultaneously say thank you.
So, Jin, seeing as how you're not in much of a position to negotiate, here's what we want you to do. We're going to release the spirits from the seal.
So you're going to go with my plan after all.
No. Didn't say that.
No.
It's much, much more thought out than your plan.
Yeah, and
yes.
people actually communicated and talked to each other about what they're going to do.
And please stick to the script.
We figured out how to retrieve a single spirit at a time from the seal. That way things don't get all goopy and crazy and just not great. Like your plan was going to make things. This is more ordered, easier. The spirits that get retrieved from the seal are going to have an easier time coming back into existence.
And existence will have an easier time not being flooded by gods know how many spirits.
Yeah.
And we'll have an easier time beating them up if they try to start something.
So you found a method to somehow extract spirits one by one?
Yes. Seeing as it's the same method we used to get you out, actually.
Jin looks down at the bolt at his feet. I could figure that much out, yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to demonstrate that it didn't cause you any harm, I don't think, and it's going to be the way we get all the other spirits out, too. And I know that doing it one by one won't be as fast as...
Oh no, it'll take literal years.
I know, but Horavan and Zeke have volunteered to help with every single spirit, getting them acclimated back to life, back to being well.
For the future of my country. For my repentance! Oh, wonderful, you got those two on board. I will admit they are absurdly strong.
Yeah.
So your plan is to pull them out one by one, and fight them if it comes to it. But, as I'm sure you know, without my reincarnation powers, they'd be locked in madness for quite some time.
And that is exactly where you come in. For the spirits that are trapped in madness, we want you to help them out. We want you to reincarnate them so that they don't have to suffer.
Jin's smirk fades for a moment. It's hard to tell what's going on behind his eyes. A moment of silence runs through the crowd. You feel power crackling around Jin. Everyone prepares their weapons.
I cock my hand farther back.
Very well. This was, of course, what I wanted as well. Furthermore, this position is quite amenable to my own. If this plan works as you say it does, I'll eventually encounter my brothers again. And with those two on my sides, I believe I'll hold an overwhelming advantage.
Tenwei and Mir?
Yes, this is quite a good solution you found.
That's the power of putting our heads together.
Yeah, that's
and
the
not
power of
being a
just
crazy
talking.
asshole.
But, seeing as how I have you in a disadvantageous position, for fun, I'm going to say you have to fulfill one condition.
I narrow my eyes.
And what's that?
I want the city of Jinkala to be renamed.
To what?
To what?
No, wait. Agreed. I get to pick the name.
No. I simply want my name struck off of it. You can decide who gets to name the city. He stares at Ash again. Actually, no. I get to decide who names the city, and I'll probably pick the worst among you.
Oh, in that
Marcus
case, just
perks
pick
up
any.
noticeably.
I look at Ash.
We all look at different people. Marcus looks at himself.
Yeah. I try to step in front of Ballast McGee.
It's a real shame I'm so good at writing. His glance moves from person to person with the room, finally setting on Ash, who the most people are staring at, and who looks the most directly nervous. Ash, why don't you give this brilliant city a new name?
Ash, Zikala. Zikala.
I look over at Zeke.
Zeke simply stares into the middle distance, pondering the responsibility. You've been given a great amount of power, Ash. I hope you come to the right decision. Jin looks incredibly happy.
Does she have to do this right now?
Can I think on this?
Can she have some time
I'll
for
accept-
deliberation?
It has to
Consultation?
It has to be right now. I'll accept no substitute.
That's rough.
You can do it, Ash.
Okay, Ash, just breathe. You've got this.
Think of all the letters you know.
Like B and M and X.
Big city.
Well,
Everyone just stares at Ash.
What?
Do over! Jin bows one time. Yes, and the noble capital of Onorhant, Big City, is born.
Okay.
well, I guess it'll be good for maps.
I've broken into a cold sweat, and I'm desperately trying to ignore everybody's stares.
Inian looks at you gleefully. Jin looks at you smugly. I'm sad you didn't name it BMX. I was angling for BMX.
Sad you didn't name it Zikala or Fight Town.
Wow, either of those would be way better.
Fury looks at Ash, smiling genuinely. Somehow that's worst of all.
Okay, so we're going to start with how to make a punch. But before you can make a punch, you need to understand a little bit behind the history of punching. It all begins with the game called Mahjong. Now, we're going to be playing Onorhant Mahjong today. You can't be playing Karavian Mahjong. Those have different tiles. Now, if we're playing Onorhant Mahjong, you will be playing with a set of tiles called styles. Styles are small scrolls that resemble tiles. Do not get this confused with the style of play. That is something entirely different. If you're playing in the Karavian style of play, you are naturally a backstabbing bastard who uses necromancy within the game. This is part of the rule set and is accounted for. Now, the winner can only be declared when you have piled your styles up high enough that you can no longer see your opponent and therefore your truth. Therefore, you are forced to acknowledge your own in the shiny reflective surfaces made out of bone in front of you. You loudly declare yourself the winner, push all the pieces off of the table, begin a fight, and the winner is the true winner. And that is how you play Onorhant Mahjong. After the game, you will find that your hands have been clenched into a ball-like structure. This is what we call a fist, and it is essential for punching. Thank you and good night.